Hi, everybody. Rush Olson, along with Basketball Hall of Famer Sidney Moncrief, and we're excited to talk about an initiative Sidney has going. It's called We Are One. There's a basketball angle to it, but it's really more than that. Sidney, tell us what you had in mind with this We Are One initiative.
We're seeing. Project that they're going to have to raise funds for to put this beautiful basketball court out there. It would be. And they'll stay there for a long time. That backboard, as you know, people can see from a distance, and they don't have to actually be on the court. So that's what we're trying to make sure that they get the visual of what it means.
Yeah, now it's almost a billboard, if you will.
It is a billboard.
When you played, how? I remember when I was growing up. I think it was at the tail end of where we thought using the backboard for a shot was okay. Now I don't think you see it as much.
You don't even see it with layups. Matter of fact, you don't see layups anymore. It's all three-point shots. But you're right. When I grew up in the 60s, the Celtics, they were the champions, and they were really for it. And if they're hitting any of those words on the well,
You see that little square in the middle? That's what you
that's
need to
what you
look
shoot
for.
for. But the key is because it's going to be a source of civic pride. Everybody that passes by that court will get a tidbit on what it means to embrace diversity, equity, inclusion. And that's our end goal. Our end goal is civic pride and also getting people thinking more, communicating more, connecting more, and working together more to build communities.
Well, and that's something Sydney is really passionate about. I mean, diversity, equity, inclusion is important to you. Building great teams is important to you. Why is that something that you've really wrapped your arms around?
It's building. I think it's coaching. That's the coaching part of me. I grew up playing for great coaches, and I grew up watching. I've also seen the flip side when they're not present, the chaos that it causes. So I've kind of always adopted just making sure that we're building things. We're making teams better. We're making individuals better. We're trying to make companies better. We're building our young people, our adults. That's just my mindset. And Rush, it is so exciting because once you start creating ways to help others, your mind just goes in all these different directions. You have these great ideas. At least you think they're great until you apply them. Some are not as great as you think they are, but at least you're trying to solve problems and make the world better.
Of work into is finding ways. One of the things I love about sports is that I feel like it makes a concept like diversity, equity, and inclusion very accessible. You know, it's not hard for us to look at a basketball team and see a black player out there and a white player out there and a player from Europe and a player from South America all playing together and succeeding. And it clearly has nothing to do with ethnicity or anything like that. And I think that's one of the neat things that you've done is really, as you go into workplaces and talk to people, to explain this sort of stuff in a very accessible manner where people are like, okay, this is maybe not what I thought it was.
They get it. They get it. And they get it because we make it very simple. We don't make it complicated and convoluted because you do have studies, you have people that can take it to a different level.
Well, all right. So if you want more information on the court, there's a website, weare1DEI.
weare1DEI.com. You can go to the website. You can see information on the court and also on some of the other initiatives that we have in place.
And SidneyMoncrief.com is also where you can find out a lot more about Sidney's business and some of the work he's doing and that we have the privilege of doing with him.
Absolutely. And then my book, make sure you go to either site, SidneyMoncrief.com or weare1DEI. And the book, Embracing Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion is a tremendous read. It would be a solid Christmas present for a number of people. So go online and purchase a book for people, and you would be just very excited and impressed by the results after they read the book.
The Grit Factor is the subtitle or the main title of that book, and it's a good read and very not only interesting but also practical and useful.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, this has been fun. Thank you for joining us here on Facebook Live with Sidney Moncrief. I'm Rush Olson. We'll talk to you soon.
Well, guess what? Have your best holiday ever. And 2021 is going to be a phenomenal year for everybody.
Yes. Happy holidays to everybody.